The courtroom was full. Every seat was taken. Some people were standing at the back, waiting to see the drama. Reporters held their cameras, ready to capture the moment. Everyone was looking at one girl. Her name was Maya. She stood alone, wearing a simple blue dress and holding a file in her hand. Her hair was tied back, her shoes were old and her hands were shaking, but her eyes were calm. The man sitting across from her was Mr. Khanna, rich, powerful, and famous. He wore a black suit and a smile that looked fake. His lawyer was whispering in his ear, smiling too. People in the courtroom were laughing quietly. "That poor girl thinks she can fight Mr. Khanna?" someone whispered. "Why is she even here?" "This case is already over," another said. Even the judge looked bored. He picked up his papers and asked in a cold voice, "Miss Maya, do you have anything more to say before I close this case?" Maya looked up. Her voice was quiet but clear. "Yes, Your Honor, I have something." Mr. Khanna laughed out loud. "She's wasting everyone's time," he said. Maya didn't move. She opened her file. Inside were only a few papers, but she didn't take them out. Instead, she looked at Mr. Khanna and said just one sentence. And that sentence changed everything. "I have proof, and it's something no one in this room wants to hear." The courtroom went silent. The reporters leaned forward. Even the judge sat up straight. Mr. Khanna stopped smiling. "What did you say?" he asked, now serious. Maya looked straight into his eyes. "You said I was lying. You said I tried to blackmail you. But I have the truth. I didn't come here to beg. I came here to show everyone what kind of man you really are." Mr. Khanna stood up. "She's bluffing," he shouted. But Maya didn't stop. She walked slowly to the center of the room. Her voice was louder now. "2 months ago, I was just a normal girl. I worked at a store. I took care of my little brother. I lived a quiet life. Then you came. You offered me a private job. You said I'd make more money, but I said no. And that's when everything changed." The judge raised his hand. "Mr. Khanna, sit down," he said. Then he turned to Maya. "Continue." Maya took a deep breath. "The next day, I lost my job. The manager said I was stealing, but I wasn't. My landlord told me to leave my home. Police came and asked questions I didn't understand. My brother was removed from school. And then I got a legal notice. From you. You said I was blackmailing you, that I was dangerous. A liar." She paused. People in the room were no longer smiling. Maya looked around. "I know many of you think I'm just a poor girl trying to get money, but I'm not. I didn't come here for money. I came for justice." Mr. Khanna's lawyer stood up. "Your Honor, we can't listen to her drama. This is not a movie." The judge raised a hand again. "Let her finish." Maya stepped back and pointed to her bag. "Inside this bag is a USB drive. It has something you all should see. Videos, emails, recordings, all from Mr. Khanna, all real. And once you see it, you will never laugh at me again." Gasps filled the room. A woman in the front row dropped her phone. A reporter quickly ran out of the courtroom, probably to break the news first. The judge looked surprised. "Are you saying you have evidence to support your claims?" "Yes, Your Honor," Maya said softly. The judge nodded slowly. "Then show us." Maya opened her bag and took out the USB. As she walked toward the screen in the courtroom, Mr. Khanna shouted again, "This is fake. She made this up. She's lying." But his voice sounded different now, angry, nervous. Maya plugged in the USB and said, "This is the truth you tried to hide, but not anymore." The screen lit up. The room went silent again, and as the first video started to play, people leaned forward, because they knew, deep down, something big was about to be revealed. And Maya, she didn't look afraid anymore. She looked ready, before the courtroom, before the videos, before the lies. Maya lived a quiet life. She woke up early every morning, packed her bag, and walked to the small supermarket where she worked. She wore the same faded green uniform every day. Her job was simple: stacking shelves, helping customers, and cleaning at the end of her shift. She didn't complain. She never asked for more. All she wanted was to earn enough money to feed her little brother, Arjun. Their parents had died in a car accident 2 years ago. Since then, Maya had taken care of everything: food, school, bills, and rent. She was only 21, but she never asked for help. She just worked day after day. Arjun was only 10. He was smart and kind. Every evening, he waited for Maya at the bus stop with a big smile and a hug. That was her life. Simple, quiet, safe, until he walked in. It was a hot Tuesday afternoon when Mr. Khanna entered the store. He wore dark sunglasses and a suit that looked more expensive than Maya's monthly salary. His voice was smooth. He asked for help finding a few things, and Maya helped him with a polite smile. "You work hard," he said while she handed him a basket. "I try," Maya replied. He looked her up and down. "You deserve better than this place." She didn't know what he meant, so she just nodded and walked away. The next day, he came again, and again the day after that. He started asking questions. "Do you study? Do you have family? Do you want a better job?" Maya felt uncomfortable, but he was polite at first. On the fourth day, he came in with a small envelope and handed it to her quietly. "What's this?" Maya asked. "A job offer, private assistant, quiet work, good pay, 10 times more than what you make here." Maya opened the envelope and saw a contract. No details, just a fancy logo and a space for her signature. "I'm sorry," she said, handing it back. "I'm not interested." Mr. Khanna's face changed. The smile faded. His eyes turned cold. "Are you sure?" he asked, voice lower. "Yes," Maya said firmly. "I don't want it." He nodded slowly and walked out. "No goodbye." "No thank you." Maya felt a strange chill after he left, and then everything started falling apart. The very next day, her manager called her to the office. "There's been a problem," he said. "We checked the cameras. Someone stole items from the store last week, and you were the only one working that day." Maya was shocked. "I didn't steal anything." "I'm sorry, Maya. We have to let you go." She tried to argue, but no one listened. She packed her things and left, her heart pounding. That night, her landlord came to the door. "You haven't paid full rent for this month," he said. "But I paid it 2 days ago," Maya said. He shook his head. "There's no record. You need to leave in 3 days." Tears filled her eyes. "Please, I have a child with me. I have no job now." "Not my problem," he said, and walked away. Things got worse. 2 men came the next morning, police officers. They asked her strange questions. "Where were you on Sunday night? Do you know Mr. Khanna personally? Have you ever sent him messages asking for money?" Maya was confused. "No! Why are you asking me this?" One of the officers showed her a printed email. It had her name on it. It said she was blackmailing Mr. Khanna. Maya's hands shook. "This isn't mine! I didn't write this!" But the officers didn't believe her. They left with warnings. "You might be called to court." Later that day, Arjun was sent home from school. "Your fees have not been paid," the teacher said. "But I paid them last week," Maya cried. "No record." "Sorry." Maya sat on the floor that night, holding Arjun close. Her world was falling apart. She had no job, no home, and now no school for her brother. All because she said no to one powerful man. And then came the legal notice, a letter from Mr. Khanna's lawyer, saying Maya had tried to ruin his reputation, that she had threatened him for money, and that he was taking her to court. Her hands trembled as she read the last line. "If you don't apologize in court, you will be punished by law." But Maya didn't cry. She didn't run. She looked at the letter for a long time, and then whispered, "No, you ruined my life. Now I will show the world who you really are. That night, a new fire was born in her heart. Maya didn't sleep that night. She sat on the floor beside her little brother, staring at the ceiling. Her mind was racing. Everything had changed so fast. In just 1 week, she had lost her job, her home, her brother's school, and now she was called a criminal, all because she said no. But now she understood something. This was not just bad luck. This was not an accident. It was a plan. Mr. Khanna wanted to destroy her, not just scare her, but crush her. Make her disappear. Quietly. Silently. Like many others before her, probably. But Maya was not going to disappear. She got up early the next morning and went to a small legal aid office. A tired-looking lawyer gave her 10 minutes. He read the letter and frowned. "This is serious," he said. "You could go to jail." "But I didn't do anything," Maya said. "He's lying. He's the one who—" The lawyer cut her off. "That's hard to prove. You don't have evidence. He does. He's powerful, rich. People believe him." Maya felt her stomach twist. "So what should I do?" The lawyer sighed. "The safe thing is to say sorry in court, apologize, settle quietly, then disappear." Maya stood up. "No, I won't apologize for something I didn't do." The lawyer gave a tired smile. "Then you'll need a miracle." That night she opened her old laptop and began searching. She typed, "How to collect proof against a rich person. How to fight a false case. Hidden cameras. Spy apps. Data backup." Most of it was confusing. Some of it made sense. She learned about how people sometimes record conversations, secretly. How emails can be tracked. How files can be recovered even after someone deletes them. She had no one to help her, but she wasn't afraid anymore. She remembered Mr. Khanna's face, his fake smile, his cold eyes when she said no, and the fear he wanted her to feel. That fear was gone. The courtroom door closed behind Maya. Inside, everything looked bigger, colder, and louder than she remembered. She walked past guards, lawyers, and reporters who barely noticed her. To them, she was just another poor girl with a hopeless case. But they didn't know what she was carrying in her bag. They didn't know the truth was inside a small USB drive. Before the hearing started, Maya sat quietly on a bench in the hallway. She held her file close to her chest, eyes focused on the floor. She remembered Ravi's words. "Don't trust anyone, and don't use that USB too early. Make sure they're all watching when the truth comes out." She nodded to herself. Today wasn't the day to show it. Not yet. As she waited, she noticed a man watching her from the far end of the hall. He looked like a lawyer, black coat, files in hand, but his eyes weren't like the others. They weren't cold or judging. They were curious, careful. Maya turned her face away, but then her phone buzzed. New message, unknown number. "He knows you have the USB. Be careful." Maya's heart skipped a beat. She quickly typed back, "Who is this?" A reply came instantly. "A friend. You're not alone." She looked around the hall again, but the man in black coat was gone. Later that day, after the judge delayed the hearing for 2 days, Maya walked outside the court, exhausted. She didn't go straight home. She took 3 different buses. She changed her route twice, just like Ravi had told her. When she finally reached home, she found a small envelope at her door. There was no name, no address, only one word written in black ink, "Trust." She opened it carefully. Inside was a small folded paper. It said, "He has someone watching you, but I have someone watching him. Go to Hotel Greenlight, room 206, tonight at 9 p.m. Maya read the note again and again. It could be a trap, but it could also be a way forward. That night, she left Arjun with a neighbor and took a rickshaw to the hotel. She stood in front of room 206 for a long moment before knocking. The door opened just a little. A voice from inside said, Are you alone? Yes, Maya replied. The door opened wider and Maya stepped in. It was a simple room. A table, a chair, and a man sitting near a laptop. It was the same man from the courthouse. I saw you at court, Maya said. He nodded. I've been watching your case for a while. Why? The man looked up. His eyes were tired but serious. My name is Dev. I used to work in law. Now I help people like you, people who get crushed by the system. Maya didn't speak. Dev pointed to his laptop. I've been collecting information on Mr. Khanna for a long time. Many girls, many cover-ups, but no one ever had proof. You do. Maya slowly took the USB from her bag and placed it on the table. Dev didn't touch it. Don't show me yet. Not until the hearing. If I see it now and someone finds out, it puts both of us in danger. She nodded. Then why am I here? Dev leaned forward. Because I'm going to help you win. Maya looked unsure. Why should I trust you? Dev opened a file on the laptop. It was a picture of a girl, young, scared, and bruised. She was my client. She tried to fight Khanna. She disappeared. Her body was never found. I couldn't save her. His voice cracked for a second, but then he looked at Maya again. You might be the last chance to stop him, but you have to be smart and strong. Maya swallowed hard. Her voice shook a little. I'm not strong. Dev smiled gently. You're here. That means you are. Before she left, Dev gave her a new phone. No one can trace this. Use it only to call me. He also gave her a pen. It looked normal, but it was a hidden camera. Wear this to court, he said. Record everything, just in case something goes wrong. Maya held the pen tightly in her hand. She had walked into the room alone, but now, for the first time in weeks, she wasn't alone anymore. Outside the hotel, a car sat in the shadows. Inside was a man with a camera. He took a photo of Maya as she walked out. He smiled and made a call. She met someone. I have the photo. Sending it now. At the other end of the call, Mr. Khanna sat in a dark room, sipping tea. He looked at the photo and narrowed his eyes. Let them play their little game, he said. She won't make it to the end. The day of the hearing arrived. Maya stood in front of the mirror, fixing her hair. Her face looked tired, but her eyes were focused. She wore the same blue dress. But this time, she wore something new, too. The pen camera Dev had given her was clipped to her collar. It looked normal, but it was quietly recording everything. Arjun hugged her tight. Will you be okay? Maya smiled and kissed his head. Yes, today is the day we show them the truth. She took the bag with the USB and left. At the court, the crowd was even bigger than before. News had spread. Reporters were outside, holding mics and cameras, whispering Maya's name. Is that the girl who's fighting Mr. Khanna? Did she really say she has proof? She's brave, or maybe just foolish. Maya walked past them all. Inside the courtroom, Mr. Khanna sat with his lawyer. He didn't smile this time. He didn't even look at her. But Maya saw something in his eyes. Nervousness. The judge entered. All rise. Everyone stood. The judge looked at the files. Miss Maya, are you ready to present your final statement? Maya stood slowly. Yes, Your Honor. Just then, Mr. Khanna's lawyer stood up too. Before that, Your Honor, we have a new witness. Maya turned her head quickly. New witness? The door opened and a woman entered. She wore glasses and held a small bag. She looked nervous. This is Ms. Nita, the lawyer said. She worked with Maya at the supermarket. She has something to say. Maya frowned. She knew Nita. They used to have lunch together. But why was she here? Nita stepped into the witness box. She didn't look at Maya. The lawyer asked, Did Maya ever talk about Mr. Khanna? Nita paused. Yes. What did she say? She said if she pretended that Mr. Khanna did something bad, she might get money. She said rich men are easy to scare. Maya's eyes widened. That's not true, she shouted. The judge hit the table. Order in the court, Nita continued. She even showed me a fake email. She said she'd make it look real. The crowd gasped. Mr. Khanna smiled again for the first time in days. The judge turned to Maya. Do you have any response to this testimony? Maya's hands were shaking. It was a trap, a well-planned trap. But she wasn't finished. She opened her bag and took out the USB. I do, Your Honor. I have something that will show the truth. She walked up and handed it to the court officer. The officer plugged it into the courtroom. Screen. The judge nodded. Play it. The room went silent. The first video played. It showed Mr. Khanna sitting at his office desk. He didn't know the camera was recording. His voice filled the room. She said no to me. That was a mistake. Girls like her need to learn. Another video played. Get her fired. Get her thrown out. Make her cry. I want her crawling back. People gasped. The judge leaned forward. Reporters wrote as fast as they could. Maya didn't. Blink. Another video started. This time a voice message. Create a fake witness. Make it look like she planned this. I don't care who we pay. Just get it done. Maya turned and looked at Nita. Tears rolled down Nita's face. She whispered, I'm sorry. The judge banged his gavel. This court will take a break. Miss Maya, your evidence is serious. We will now begin an investigation against Mr. Khanna. Mr. Khanna stood up. This is illegal. She stole those videos. The judge snapped. Sit down, Mr. Khanna. You are now under review. Maya sat down slowly. Her heart was racing. But inside, she felt something she hadn't felt in weeks. Hope. Outside the courtroom, reporters chased her. Maya, how did you get the videos? Do you fear for your safety? Did Mr. Khanna threaten you? She said only one thing. I didn't fight to become famous. I fought because the truth matters. But across the street, someone watched from a black car. He held a phone to his ear. She's smarter than we thought, he said. The voice on the other end replied, then it's time to stop being polite. Maya didn't go home that night. Dev told her it wasn't safe. After what you showed in court, he said, Mr. Khanna will do anything to silence you now. So Maya stayed in a small hidden flat arranged by Dev. No windows, no neighbors. Just a bed, a fan, and silence. But she didn't feel safe. Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. You think you've won? This was just round one. Maya blocked the number. She hugged her bag tightly and looked at the door. Every sound made her heart race. The next morning, Dev arrived early. His face was tense. He placed his laptop on the table and showed her something. News headline. Key witness Nita missing after court testimony. Maya's mouth went dry. What do you mean, missing? She didn't go home last night, Dev said. Her phone is off. Her family says she was scared. Maya stared at the screen. It's because she broke the plan in court. She told the truth. Dev nodded. And now they want to erase her. Later that day, Maya visited Arjun's school. She had to see him, just once. She stood near the gate. A teacher helped bring him out. Arjun hugged her tightly. I saw you on TV, he whispered. You were amazing. Maya smiled. I'm trying to be strong, okay? For you. Before she could say more, a car pulled up across the road. A black SUV. Tinted windows. Maya froze. Dev, who had followed quietly, saw it too. He pulled Maya back. Let's go. Now. They rushed to the side street. The SUV didn't follow. It just stood there, watching. Back at the safe house, Maya paced the floor. They're following me now. Yes, Dev said. They want To scare you. Maybe worse. What do we do? Dev took a deep breath. There's only one move left. Make it public. We release the videos to the press. The whole country needs to see the truth. Maya thought for a long time. But what? If they hurt Arjun? Dev nodded. Then we make a copy, no. Maya stood outside the courthouse one last time. This time, she wasn't alone. Arjun held her hand, and Dev stood beside her. Reporters, police, and people from across the city gathered around. Some had tears in their eyes, others simply stared at her with quiet respect. She was no longer the girl who was laughed at in court. Now, she was the girl who fought back. Inside the courtroom, the final hearing began. Mr. Khanna sat in the defendant's chair. No lawyers spoke for him now. No one stood by his side. The judge looked serious. This court has reviewed all the evidence. The recordings, the threats, the kidnapping attempt. It is clear that Mr. Khanna used his power to harm innocent people and silence the truth. The courtroom was silent. The judge continued. Miss Maya's actions, though dangerous, helped uncover years of corruption. Her courage is noted. The court finds Mr. Khanna guilty on all charges. Maya closed her eyes. A tear slipped down. But it wasn't from fear this time. It was from relief. After the hearing, Maya was invited to speak in front of the media. She stood behind the microphone, nervous, but calm. I was not a hero. I was just scared, she said. But I knew if I stayed quiet, more people would get hurt. She looked at the cameras. If you're watching this and you're afraid, please know you're not alone. Speak up. The truth will protect you. The crowd clapped. Some people shouted her name. Maya! 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 She stepped down and hugged Arjun. Over the next few days, life began to change. People started recognizing her on the street. Strangers said, "Thank you." Women from different cities wrote letters saying she had given them strength. She was offered money, jobs, even TV interviews. But Maya didn't want fame. She opened a small legal help center with Dev, helping girls who had no voice. She called it the Truth Room. A place where no one would laugh at your pain, where no girl would be told to stay quiet. One day, Arjun asked her, "Will you ever forget what happened?" Maya smiled softly. "I'll never forget, but I won't be afraid of it anymore." They walked together down a busy street hand in hand. The world had hurt her, but she had fought back, not with hate, not with revenge, but with truth. And in the end, that was enough.